to this latest edition of In Focus. I'm your host, Cassidy Jo Fortin. If you want to know more about our student government on campus and how you can get involved, then this is one episode you will not want to miss. Today we have with us our newly elected ASI President, Initzia Barrios, and ASI Vice President, Alexandra Beltran. Thank you both for joining us here today. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Very excited. Let's get started with you just telling us a little bit about yourselves. We want to know who our new president and vice president are.
Of course.
I am a fourth-year biology major with a concentration in cellular and developmental biology. I also have a minor in Spanish. I'm originally from Arcadia, California. For those that aren't familiar, it's around Pasadena because a lot of my friends never know where it is. I've been heavily involved on campus since my freshman year. I was fortunate enough to be an orientation leader one summer. I have been able to study abroad as well with a summer research program and just been very involved with different clubs and organizations outside of ASI, of course. One of my favorites is Flying Samaritans, where I get to go to Mexico every month to help out at a clinic. And it's really fun, all the people I get to meet. So that's about me.
And I'm a fourth-year communications major with a concentration in advertising. Like Anita, I've been really involved on campus outside of ASI, whether it was being on the women's rugby team or the intercollegiate debate team. I'm also part of Camp Titan, which is our school's philanthropy, where we take underprivileged kids up to Big Bear, where we do anti-bullying seminars or leadership building, and then just a fun way to get the younger kids excited about being at camp. And then with ASI, I'm the administrative director for Titan Task Force, which is a programming board on the campus. Mm-hmm. So we bring all the spirit, so all the fun stuff. That's kind of a little bit about me. I'm from West Covina. I don't know where that, a lot of people, I hope that they know where that's at. But yeah, that's about me.
All right, well, you both have a lot of stuff that's on your plate. What are some things that you hope to accomplish as your term for president and vice president?
So as mentioned in our platform, we want to make sure that student voices are being heard and that we can represent all 38,000, I don't know the exact number, almost 39,000 students we have here at Cal State Fullerton, whether they took a break from school and are coming back, whether they're single mothers trying to pursue an education to help their family, or if they just take all classes at the Irvine campus. We want to make sure that all students are being attended to and that they know what ASI is, because all students do pay the fees for ASI, and we want to make sure that they're making the most of those student fees. I don't know if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, definitely. And then just constantly promoting what ASI has to offer. So many students don't know the resources that we provide. And I'm a first-generation college student. So when I came here, I didn't know what ASI was. I didn't really know what my university had to offer. But the more I got involved, the more I could see what I wanted to do and what I could be involved in. So that's, I know, something that we hope to accomplish is expose kind of what ASI has to offer for the students, because we're a great institution and we can really help out students even when they don't know.
That's great. For those of us who might not know, what are some of your roles and duties as president and vice president?
It's a lot of meetings. So as ASI president, you are that live face of ASI in a way. So there are a lot of responsibilities that come along with it. You do work closely with a lot of people in ASI, but as well as the university. So I know there's meetings with the different vice presidents, so like vice president of student affairs, even like vice president of information technology. And it's really great because everyone is so supportive. So if there's an idea that we have, we can go to these different outlets to try to make it happen. And vice versa, if there's something that they want to accomplish within ASI, hopefully they can come to us and try to make that collaboration. And collaboration is something that Alex and I are both very big on as well. But yeah, I'm still learning all the responsibilities. We're in the transitioning process, but it's going to be an exciting role.
Yeah, seriously. And for vice president, again, we're transitioning. So I'm with Katie Johnson. She's the current vice president who kind of, has filed things out for me, what meetings you have to go to. I work with Exec Senate, so those are like ICCs and the presidents of those clubs or organizations, just to make sure that, again, we're hearing the students' voices and what it is that they need. So definitely in the transition period, and we're learning what's next.
All right. Well, the two of you have been involved with ASI since your first year of school, really. How do you think that's going to benefit you as you start your term?
That's a great question.
So my first 2 years in ASI, I wasn't as involved as I would have liked to be. I went to street team, and I'm a pretty shy person, so I would go to these street team meetings, but I didn't really, like, I hated the icebreakers. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to people, but, like, I want to get involved. So it was a very, like, contradicting situation. And then after I was an orientation leader, I was exposed to ASI even more. So I came around more often, but my third year was when I applied to be on the Titan Student Center's governing board. So I sat on that board as a voting member, as a student at large. And then the following year, this year, I ran to be the vice chair for services, and I won. So now I oversee the services committee, which oversees the services that are offered in the Titan Student Union, the Student Recreation Center, and the Irvine campus. So having those experiences, I also served on the scholarship committee, which is one of the subcommittees we have within ASI. So I graded scholarships and got to see that process as well. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's a diverse set of experiences that I feel, for me personally, like I have those like different areas. And the areas that I don't have, Alex has a lot of experience in. So I feel like we complement each other very well.
That's exactly what you want with the president and a vice president.
Exactly. I was more in programming, and that kind of is what the vice president oversees. So with Titan Task Force, which is a programming board, I was on it for 2 years. And then with Camp Titan, that's another 3 years that I've been involved with that. And so I feel that the experiences, like she mentioned, that she doesn't have, I have, and the experiences that I don't have, she has. And I feel that that's helped us a lot because we're reaching different set of students. In her experience and my experience, we get to interact with students who aren't really a part of, the Titan Student Governing Board or aren't a part of Titan Task Force. So we get to reach out to more students. So I feel that that's really helped us. That's going to help us in our term.
Awesome. Very nice. What first got you guys interested in student politics? Like, has it always been a passion you've had, helping out your school and being a part of something?
I mean, in high school, I was always a campaign manager for my friends. So I never got the chance to kind of be the class president or, be the school president. So I was always the campaign manager, helping all my other friends do it. And so when I came to Cal State Fullerton, I remember it was either SLO, so Student Life Orientation, where the president spoke to all the incoming freshmen about ASI and what they do for our campus. And I was like, oh man, that'd be really cool to maybe do. But it never really came... It never really, how do I say it, stuck with me until maybe my third year going into ASI when I was like, man, maybe this is something I could do. And it kind of just got brought up because we used to work together in youth student programs and campus tours as information specialists. So it was, we were just talking about it, and it was something that we both really wanted to do, but we didn't know if it was the right time or who we would do it with. So when the conversation came up that, hey, ASI elections, and it kind of just went from there, what roles we hoped we could be in and what we wanted to accomplish. So that's kind of where it started, I would say.
It all just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to add on, I mean, I definitely have a passion for helping people in general. I want to go into a helping profession. So being an orientation leader is kind of what opened my eyes to the student affairs aspect of it. So the student involvement and just realizing how you can make such a big difference in someone's day by something so small. And Alex and I, we were also Titan ambassadors, which is tour guides. So even through that, like giving a tour to high school students who maybe don't want to go to college, and just by showing them our campus and talking about different things and how you can get involved and seeing how their just expressions like change dramatically and they look forward to applying to college. It's kind of the same thing with this position where it's like, I would want to make a difference as much as possible and help out students, especially any groups that may be underrepresented or who don't know about things that are offered at Cal State Fullerton or just go to class and go home, because we want to make sure everyone has the best Titan experience because we love our Titan
We're a little
experience.
obsessed. I'm obsessed. I mean, she's obsessed too, but...
You're more obsessed.
But yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's great. It's great that we have people that are so dedicated. All right. And so in this year's election, students voted.
Twice.
And then we had to vote again. would you like to explain why that happened, and also how stressful was that for you guys? How did you deal with it?
It was a very challenging experience.
We got really close. Wow, we got so close.
She has a key to my apartment.
Yeah. So the reason there was a runoff election, in the bylaws, it states that in order to win the election, you have to get 50% of the votes plus one vote. We got 47% of the votes amongst 3 teams, so that wasn't necessarily a win for us. So that's why students had to re-vote in order for us to get the 50% plus one. So that's the reason why we kind of had to go into a runoff. I know that they are trying to change that for next year because, I mean, we were pretty stressed, you know, with classes. It was midterms. I know Yanita at one point had like about 2 to 3 tests she had to study for in the mix of campaigning and then just everything else that follows. Making sure that you can spend time with friends and stay a little sane during that time period. So
it was definitely a really busy time, but I think one of the best parts about campaigning and also the runoff was just all the people that Alex and I got to meet and all the different groups we reached out to and how we were able to hear their concerns and hear their opinions and hear what they like, what they don't like, so we know it was whether we get elected or not, we want to make sure that these changes happen or that people are aware of these issues. So that was definitely a rewarding part of the experience. But it's definitely stressful when you have exams and you're trying to encourage people to vote. Time management. Time
management. And like she mentioned, we also didn't do it ourselves. We had a great team. Our team was awesome. We had all of our friends in a secret group chat or a secret Facebook page where they were constantly supporting us, whether it was announcing in classrooms, letting us know when clubs were meeting so we can go ahead and attend those meetings, or helping us table, because I felt like we tabled every single day from 8 in the morning till late at night. And so, like she mentioned, it was great just getting to know so many people that we would have never met if we weren't campaigning. And now some of these people are really good friends of ours, so it's nice.
Very nice. You mentioned earlier how all students do pay for the ASI fees and how we should know what exactly those fees are being used for. So how does our student government directly benefit the students?
There's actually a lot of things that we do to benefit the students. So for those that aren't aware, there's 2 fees that students pay. There's an ASB fee, which goes towards ASI, and that's like the programming events. It also, like, part of it goes towards athletics, and that is why students can get into athletic games for free, or part of the reason why. And then there's a student union fee, and that's goes to the Titan Student Center. So the Titan Student Union, the Student Recreation Center, and then also the Union and the Union and the Rec Center in the Irvine campus. So because of that union fee is why we're able to use so many different things in the union. And then also the Student Recreation Center students don't have to pay an extra fee if they want to use it. It's already included in your tuition and fees. And, you know, there's the drop-in fitness classes. Like, there's so much offered in the Student Recreation Center and also the Titan Student Union. For the ASB fee, this year's Vice President of Finance actually created a fee education program. So it shows a wheel or a pie chart of exactly how fees are allocated. And there's also a different website. It's opengov.com or something like that. And then on there, you can see more in-depth information on how fees are distributed. But I mean, the things that are most noticeable, like spring concert, is the student fees, and the movies that are shown in the Titan Theater on Thursdays are
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday.
That's a big one.
Thirsty Thursday. Any events, all the like ASI shirts, sweaters, like there's a lot of promotional products so there's a lot of things here and there that benefit the students. And I think one of the best things that ASI does is that they do help a lot of the interclub councils and also different clubs and organizations if they need extra funding to go travel for a conference or for a research project, whatever it may be. Also, if a group wants to bring someone, like recently we brought the Mythbusters, and they were able to go to ASI for part of that funding. So ASI is really there to enhance the student experience and make sure that we have all these resources and good memories from Cal State Fullerton.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I agree. Yes, everything she mentioned, basically.
All right.
This is how our relationship goes.
All right. Well, what kind of people does ASI look for to join their team?
Excited people, motivated people, passionate people. I mean, there's no set kind of cookie cutter role person that we're looking for. We're such a diverse campus, and I think that's what we're so happy about, that we're coming here with so many students that come from different backgrounds. So ASI doesn't necessarily look for one type of person. It's whoever is willing to put in the work, who's ever willing to put themselves out there to be a better leader, and also teach others about ASI. So really everyone join, please.
So even if you have just a little bit of interest, try it out.
Try it out, definitely.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
You agree? Just kidding.
I agree. ASI is very diverse. You know, like you have people who have been involved their entire life that it makes sense for them to join ASI, and then there's some people who have never been involved, but they tried it out and they found their niche in it and have either continued to grow in their positions, or maybe if they joined their last year, you know, and then there's freshmen and there's seniors, there's graduate students, there's engineers, there's English major, you know, it's so diverse, and it's so cool because you get to meet so many people, and they all have that passion for Cal State Fullerton and for helping out students and making them aware, but we all bring different qualities and different experiences to the table.
Very nice. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are interested in joining ASI, but maybe for whatever reason they think they're too busy or something like that. What advice would you give to those people, or what would you say to them?
I would still encourage them to get involved. There's so many different ways that students can get involved with ASI, and there's a lot of positions that are low time commitment. So they can go to street team meetings and meet people there, and then also help out at other events if they have the time. And then there's also committees that they can sit on that meet once a week. Some meet like once every other week. And those are cool committees to sit on because you kind of get to learn more about how things work. So there's finance committees, so they see all these different finance things. I'm not a finance person, so they see all the money things. And then there's scholarship committee where you get to review scholarships that students are
trying to receive.
Yeah. And what else? There's like sorry. There's so many committees. There's University Affairs. There's a lobby corps for the students who like to advocate. So, and a lot of these committees, even if they don't want to fully commit, you can still go and learn about what's going on and learn about different events going on, so these students can continue to be involved.
And maybe just by going to that one meeting, like you said, they'll get hooked and they'll realize they do have the time for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Somehow they can make time. And just participating in anything that ASI does, whether it's going to the board of directors meetings on Tuesday just to see if there's anything, you know, that students want, or they'd like to say something, or, you know, just attending any ASI events. You could learn so much just by being at an event, whether it's, hey, chess is coming up. Would you like to go to Sacramento and advocate? Would you like to go to everyone loves spring concert. That's just another way to get involved. Even if you're not holding a position, just by being involved in by going is something. So
okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. What do you see in the future for ASI and the student government?
What don't we see? Just kidding. I see it growing. It's already a very well-established organization.
Definitely.
But I definitely see and would hope to see a lot more outreach and like just students knowing that it exists, because unfortunately some students don't even know we have a Titan Student Union, and we're currently expanding it. So that's really exciting, and we would hope that any student, whether you're taking one class or 7, that you are aware of ASI and all the great things that they have to offer.
Definitely. Outreach, exposure. So students know that they have the support, whether they know it or not, that it's there for them, so they can go ahead and reach out to ASI. And then, I mean, just everything in general. I mean, the election, it was the highest voter turnout in election history with only 9%. And so that kind of just shows you how many students don't know about ASI. Okay. So just getting the word out there and making sure that they know is something that we hope to see in the future.
Very nice. Are there any other comments or anything that you'd like to say and leave with our viewers?
I would encourage all students to definitely come by the Titan Student Union.
Say hi to us.
Yeah, say hi to us. I mean, open door. We are very welcoming. We love talking to students. I love talking a little too much sometimes. But, we want to make sure that students know that they can come to us, whether it's something that they really like or if it's something that they want to see improved, because we want to make these changes and we want to make sure that students are having the best possible experience and that they're proud Titans and wear their Titan gear every day like
Please.
Alex and I do.
I think, seriously,
Where can students find you or get in touch with you?
So this year we have offices, but they're for a current position. But next year there's exec offices. So if you go upstairs for the Titan Student Union and then make a slight right and then a left, those are the exec offices. So that's where our offices will be.
Upstairs, exec office.
Okay.
So our offices are, and then also the other, our other team members, the chief administrative officer, chief communications officer, and these positions all focus on different areas. So we're all more than happy to help students.
Very nice.
Or they can go to the games with us. I'll be there with like my face painted and with signs. So if they ever want to come, join. Yeah. We'd love to have you there.
Okay. And is there any other place where they can get information on ASI?
Yeah.
The website is, simple, easy to use, asi.fullerton.edu. But if not, just go to any ASI leader, go to events and ask questions, because a lot of students think that ASI is this like really preppy, spirity kind of people, but it's not. You need to mention there's a finance committee if you're really into finances, or if you're a business major, there's a place for you. No matter what major you are, no matter where you come from, there's a place for you within ASI. So if you just ask, you'll find your niche somewhere.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you again, guys, for coming on the show. It was great having you.
It was exciting.
You.
Yeah, you guys did really well. Well, I think all of us have learned something from the work that you do. If you would like to learn more about getting involved in our student government on campus, visit asi.fullerton.edu. That is all the time we have for today. I want to thank our guests once again for being here. Until next time, I am Cassidy Jo Fortin. Thank you.
Thank you.